Hey guys, it's the History Nerd, and we are finally back with another episode of Europa Universalis for Great Britain. Before I click that unpause button, I figure it's 1613, we might as well take a look at how the world's looking going into the 1600s. So we can see Great Britain has obviously formed because we're badass that way. What? One of the easiest things to do, bragging about it. Booyah. Portugal stayed pretty much the same, at least in Europe. Spain is looking like it normally does, except for Navarra there being a part of France, which is fine because Brittany is still independent. Austria has really pushed herself into interesting areas like Sardinia and Corsica. Well done, Habsburgs. What else have we got here? Bohemia has grown up to be the North power, I guess, of the Holy Roman Empire. Brandenburg's still kicking around. Chances are, though, not going to last too much longer. With one province, yeah. Poor Brandenburg. Such promise. Poland's looking good, especially if they can ever get a nice union with Lithuania, although doesn't look like that's going to be happening. We got a little bit of Denmark up here. Closely colored, like Poland. Interesting. We can also see Denmark has taken Norway and Iceland. And Sweden's still alive and kicking. Muscovy is making the big drive east. Will no doubt form Russia at some point. The Ottomans look to be doing fairly decent. I mean, well, they could be doing a lot better. But, they haven't collapsed. Although Spain does own a little bit of their territory, as well as an independent Morea. So who saw that coming? Not this guy. Independent Crete as well. However, Cyprus is still a part of the Mamluks, who have quite a lot of territory. And then that's pretty much it. The rest is sort of, open for discovery. I guess, well, we got... Portugal's got a huge swath of African territory, which is going to make it difficult to get over to here for Ceylon, because we need it. Thankfully, Europeans haven't really made it this far yet. The furthest east is South Africa, but that's still a long way. So, yeah. Sooner than later, I'm going to have to divert forces to the east. South America is pretty much Spanish. You can see Portugal's got a little bit of land there, but the northern bits of South America have been completely ignored. Well, North America has been grabbed by Spain, and little bits of me. I'd really like the 5 colonies to start doing some more colonization, living up to their name. And shortly we'll have Canada, too. And France has shown up. So that's the world! And, I mean, this stuff here is just completely untouched. It's barely been discovered. So that's the world in 1613. Let's go ahead and get this party started. What? The term is up for Governor Alfred Braddock. We will... How is... Forgive me, it's been a week, and it's been a rough week of the horrid work and crappy things like that. So, Cuba, you're sitting at 20%. We are going to do whatever we can to let you just have that drop down a bit. That scares me. I don't want an independent Cuba. I want Cuba to remain in the Commonwealth. All right. Ah, yes. Now I remember what we were doing. We're going to go to war with the Aztecs. So, we've got a conquistador, Jonathan Dampier, ready to march up. Man, 15,000 men. That's going to be a long march through unconquered territory. But that's okay. I think we can handle it. Let's go ahead and march you up to the Mosquito Coast. And just see how bad the attrition is going to be. Yep. Okay, not bad at all. So, Aztecs. Declare war. Colonial conquest. Yada yada yada. Yeah, so we're just going to show superiority, I guess. Full annexation, all provinces. Things like that. And we'll look for their rich provinces to get Central America or British Mexico or whatever it's going to be called on the go. Alright, that's good. We won't declare war just yet. We'll wait till we get up right to the borders and surprise them. Let's also make sure my army maintenance is full. It is. Alright. No problems in Mosquito. Hello, Aztecs. There we go. Now we're going to begin the slow march. What do we... No, that's naval. I don't really care about that. I don't think the Aztec navies are going to be coming after me. The so-called pilgrims are following the Catholic faith, which is an abomination to our Protestant church. They're following a wicked faith and will most likely perish in the colonies. The religion in Quebec. Fine province. K. Quebec. The natives will deal with them. Oh, of course. Of course. Thank you. Damn you Catholics. I don't know about forming Canada now with the Catholics there. Oh yeah, we won't be able to go to that land. We could go here though. Would be an easy spot to take. All of these up here would be very easy spots to take. But they're just not... I don't know, they're not very desirable pieces of land. But I mean, I guess Kesepec there. We might as well try and keep the French contained. So we'll do that, and then we'll move him back over. Well, we'll just move him right there. Why don't we do that? Claimed, good. And we won't worry about buildings, because that's what the colonial nations will do for themselves. Oh, well, it would appear they do have a bit of a navy. I shouldn't be too concerned by that. Alright. So, we're going to... detach a siege? That seems like it might be a bit too much. 4,000 men? Oh, okay. We've got, yeah, attrition. That makes sense. But while they're laying siege to Honduras, we can come down along here and discover Pipiel, which has what? 4 resources. Coffee. I'm okay with coffee. And I'm okay with coffee. I like coffee. And that'll give us a nice port on that side of the world as well. What have we got here? Technology. Yes, please. Textile manufactories. Perfect. Obviously, lots of buildings we can build. Orkney. Ugh, really? Alright, Royal Army. It's a long march. Have fun. Yeah, I really should have changed that so we could have had cannons in both armies. I'll split it up properly once those are done. The most powerful of the noble families in the state often had vast wealth, but that did not stop them, like their monarchs, from getting into financial trouble. They, too, could accumulate debts that escaped their ability to pay. They could, at those times, come to the monarch to request aid. The monarchs were often receptive, since they would usually be related by blood or marriage. That is an awful lot of ducats I've got to shell out, but we're going to do it, because I don't want to lose out on administrative tech. Alright, our diplomat returned home from the Aztecs. Good for him. And they're off to the highlands, so we shall follow. I'm just going to turn speed down to 3. Oh! Yay, that was quick and easy. Let's get those cannons over into Pipiel here. In the meantime, we can move him up and just continue the scouting. Oh, good! Thank you. So I'm going to imagine that those guys are dead. Good. Head back to London. And now we've got... Really? I guess because the income is so low? Regardless, it looks like... Let's see. I mean, we're almost done here. We just got Glamorgan and Cornwall left, so we will go with Glamorgan. There we go. And... turn that down a little bit. Oh, I've got 2. Well, then we'll go with Cornwall as well. There we go. All of Britain will be converted. And we're doing fairly well here. We've got an Aztec army kicking around there, 12,000 infantry. We've got, I think, 10,000 units here. We've got the colonialism Causabil against France. And the cleansing of heresy against France. The New World, bringing us closer together. Oh, look at that. So Cuba and the 5 colonies have decided to come along and help me in my war. Thank you, guys. It means a lot. I appreciate that. We should be able to take these guys on. They've got no leader. We've got a leader, and we should be well ahead in tech. Yeah, I mean, it's really just a matter of shooting them, so that's fine. When are you going to get there? 9th of December. We're going to get there 25th of November. You're not going to be touching the Army of Scotland. No siree. Well, they just get wiped out, too. Honduras. 5th January, 20th of December, so we should catch them before they can leave. Oh, never mind! The glorious 5 colonies came along and were like, we're going to help you out, mother country. That's what a Commonwealth's all about. Oh, we can unpause. What do we got here? More coffee and sugar. I think we'll just grab these 5. If this is gold, that's definite for sure. And it isn't. It's more coffee. And that's sugar, and that's sugar. So it doesn't look like we're going to be getting much gold this time around. But that's okay. And we got some grain up there. Ain't nobody want grain, that's for sure. Yeah, let's go back over here and see if we can't, once this siege is done, which shouldn't take too much longer, I'll see if I can reorganize my forces and get some good sieging armies and then a scouting army to go on ahead. What have we got? Aztec will concede defeat. No. We're not doing this so you'll just be like, okay, you win. No, sir. We want to freaking kill you and take your land and your wealth. That's how colonialism works, man. We're probably safe enough to assault it, but it's still got the walls up. We'll let it ride out. Ooh. More eastern areas to look at. Oh, it looks like Vijayanagar there, or however you pronounce that, has Ceylon, so that's going to be a bit difficult to take. They're a bit bigger, but hey, whatever. Man, this is really handy. These colonial nations are massively helpful. No. Siege of people. Good. Alright. Let's see if we can't make some new units. So create a new unit. We're going to go 1, 2, 1. Select this unit. Go to Guatemala. This guy. Create a new unit. 1, 2, 1. Select that unit. Go to Petén. Using a French accent for that one. Don't know why. And then take that guy and head him all the way up to Mixtec. Here we go. We should have no problem capturing those little provinces. Battle of Zapotec, not an issue. Especially not with Cuba there helping us out. The Yucatan Revolt, eh? Man, how long has it taken us to march there? 30th of October? That is a long march. Granted, infrastructure is low, and we don't know the terrain, and it looks to be somewhat mountainous and jungly. That shouldn't matter. Alright, keep going. We got some fish, we got some grain, useless provinces. So I'm interested to see how this works out. The only other time... what? Ottomans, Iraq, Crimea, and Nogai. Okay. I'm wondering why the 5 colonies are up there, sieging a rebel fort to help the Spanish. I don't get that. The only other time I've ever actually conquered fully the Aztecs was way back in the original release of the game with Spain. And, yeah, it was a big conquest. Kind of slowed down the Spanish Empire I was building. I'm curious to see how that changes with the colonial nations, because you won't have to be worrying about overextension or anything like that. So, it'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing how British Mexico, or whatever we wind up calling this region, is able to absorb and run the land that they're going to get. In 1628, the English Parliament passed the Petition of Rights. Under its term, the king could not levy any new taxes without the consent of Parliament. Furthermore, soldiers could not be billeted in private homes. Martial law could not be imposed in times of peace. Finally, the Petition of Rights forbid the imprisonment of individuals without cause. We're going to sign... Why would that lower stability? I don't understand why that would lower stability, but we're still going to sign it. And begrudgingly boost our stability back up to 0. Alright, what are we looking at now? Show the province. There's some gold. Now we're getting to the gold. So what's kind of tempting to do here is sort of split the Aztecs in twain, as it were. Taking a couple of these provinces down in the south, and then up in the north here too, for many reasons. One, it would be a good way to put a check on Spain, who's going to be expanding in this region, I would imagine. Which is why we're just kind of... Siege of the Yucatan. Oh, that's not good. And are those are, at least those are native rebels. So what I'm going to do, instead of using you for that, Cuba should be able to handle this, but in case they're not able to... Yeah, I think Cuba's got a handle on this. Yeah, they do. And they are going to lay siege to that. Good. So we'll send you there. There we go. So really, at this stage, I think we're pretty much free to take whatever lands we want from the Aztecs. And all of those gold provinces, it's really hard to pass up something like Coahuila here or Huastepec. I don't even know if we can take Mexico, but, you know, why not if we can? And just up. In fact, these four northern provinces here would be a great addition. Words about the prospect of the New World in the West are attracting quite a lot of people who wish to enhance their future there. The question is, who to send on the next ship? We can always use some peasants. I don't need to worry about getting a free conquistador. I can just spend the money. Because we're rolling in cash as it is. Another peace offer from the Aztecs. You're just going to concede defeat. That's really not what we're looking for. This should be the last bit of scouting, though, and we should get a perfect picture of what makes up the Aztecs and what lands we're going to want to take. Okay. Show that province. It's fish. We don't really care about that. So what we're looking at here is our sugar and coffee down in the south. Those are must-haves. We don't really care about mixed tech there. Certainly Tano Capin here, so we can take that guy, and oh, we're already sieging that area. So we'll put him up into Huastepec there. And now, I'd like to, oh, no, we can do this way. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Select that unit, and we'll put him up there. We'll go with you, and we'll go 1, 2, 3. Select that unit, and we'll put him there, and then the final guy will go there. Perfect. And in fact, with these being, I would imagine, yeah, we could probably get away with dropping a couple more units out and going further, but I'm going to keep it like this. Just cuz, you know? Just cuz. So once we get that sorted, we'll come back to that and figure out what lands we're going to take. In the meantime, we might as well focus on improving Great Britain. So let's take a look at some of our unique buildings here. We've got a fine arts academy, we've got an embassy, and some of our manufactories, a naval equipment, a weapons, a textile, a farm estate, and a trade company. So we're going to want to plop our trade companies down, obviously, in places that would make sense. New World places. Certainly Quebec there is a good spot. I don't know about that. And I guess we can't build in colonial nations, so that makes sense. That's interesting. I don't know how useful that building is going to be now with the colonial nations. Regardless, we can put in some textile manufactories, increasing our goods produced by 100%. We could slap down some weapons manufactories and naval equipment manufactories, which might be the best bet. I'm thinking the naval equipment is going to be the way to go. So our first location is going to be the beautiful province of Wessex. Wonderful. And we can drop those guys off and just start taking a look. Grand shipyard's not really the plan. Dry docks. We can build in a lot of places, which means we can still plop down an awful lot of docks. One thing I want to check. to make sure. We've all got markets there. That's good. What is that? Diplomatic power? Yeah, we've got a fair amount of that to spare. Training fields would probably be a good idea. Well, no, I want money. I want money, so we're going to go with some workshops. Right, we've all got constables here. Nope, not everywhere. There you guys go, and a couple workshops. We can see the returns on the workshops. They're starting to get pretty low already. Same with accounting houses. Trade depots, maybe. That would be a good idea. We could definitely use one in London. And Essex there. We might as well slap one in Meath. And we'll give the Scots one to up in Lothan. Alright, that's looking good for now. And we'll slap down a couple of barrackses in the middle of England to help out with that. We don't really need advisors, and I've spent all my money. So that's tempting. And that'll give us the English Bill of Rights. So let's go ahead. How old does a boy have to be before he is a man? How old must he be before he can die for his country? Some rulers are squeamish. We, on the other hand, are an equal opportunity butcher. Like that. And we've also got the English Bill of Rights, a sweeping series of reforms focused on the limits of royal power, and particularly focused on the judiciary. Judiciary? Yeah, sure, why not? This regulation led to greater consistency in judgments and allowed trade and commerce to flourish. Perfect. Okay. Oh, the Portuguese have noticed British Columbia here, and they're like, hold on a second. We got to get in on this game. You guys better get quick on your colonizing. All right. Where is this? Kesbeck. And on an annual basis, bureaucracy gives the country a nice little tax boost, but sometimes the right man in the right place can give the country that little bit extra. It is a shame that a few years down the line, you have to promote them beyond their ability. Make hay while the sun shines, guys. What have we got? No, we're not interested. Where was that? Excellent. Okay, so that's sugar, that's gold, that's gold, that's fish, that's gold over there. We'll go for that. Right. What are you? Oh, you're coming this way? Okay. Oh, excuse me. Ah. Bear with me for a moment here, guys. I will be back when I'm not going to be sneezing my head off.